Hey there everybody, today is July 25th I believe, and just made some hay. Currently here in Wisconsin we're going through a bit of a drought, but got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bales off this field, which is pretty bad. But the hay was ready, it was blooming, and you start to lose nutrients after it gets too mature, so I took quality over quantity. But I wanted to talk a little bit here about hay rakes. Due to the hay being so thin, I ended up asking a buddy of mine if I could use his wheel rake, because we have this Niemeyer rotary rake, and it's been good since we've got it. Haven't had to do much to it, but when that hay is thin, you have to go around and around and around to try and make a windrow big enough for a round baler. Takes quite a long time. With a square baler, it's not so much of a big deal. With a small square baler, I should say. But it took me, I think, about an hour. I like to split this field into 3 parts. So I'll split it about where that telephone pole is there, by the LP tank. I'll split this side over to that sorghum. Then I'll split from here over to this row of trees, and then from that row of trees over to our driveway. But anyway, this section here, which goes right where my finger is, long to the road there, took me an hour to do. That's just ridiculous. And I only had 4 windrows, excuse me, 4 windrows when I was done. I was like, man, this is stupid. So I was talking to one of my buddies. He says, well, you can borrow my wheel rake and go out to about 20 feet. So I quick ran over to his place. He's about 10-15 minutes away, and brought her home, and I did this middle section. And granted, it isn't quite as long. There's about that much difference in length. I don't know, maybe 100 feet. It only took me 15 minutes to do that, plus that other section over there, maybe 5 more minutes or so. So 20 minutes maybe to do a good majority of this field compared to the hour it took me. I know this is kind of long-winded, but in this case, this was really nice because I could take and kind of merge the rows. I could combine 2 swaths. I have a 9-foot disc bine here, New Idea disc bine. So I could take 2 swaths of that and combine them into 1 windrow. And then I could take that 1 windrow and put that onto the next swath that is unraked, and add that to the next. So I could just sort of go around and combine rows. Super nice. I know there are some disadvantages to a wheel rake. Obviously, if you have small fields, a wide rake like this probably wouldn't be too good. I've also heard that with wheel rakes, supposedly you get more dirt in your bale. I think the technical name they call that is ash. I don't know why they call it that, but anyway. I didn't really notice much of a difference in the amount of dirt being kicked up between that and that. I couldn't tell much of a difference. So whether or not that's true, I don't know. Trying to think what else. I know they say in wet hay that wheel rakes don't work as well. I mean, I'm making these bales for baleage, so moisture's probably 60%, 50%, somewhere in there, and it had no issues. I didn't have any wrapping on the tines. Things might be different depending on what crop you have and other conditions, but that's just what I noticed. This is just regular alfalfa hay, so all in all, I'm pretty pleased with this thing. I think there are some conditions maybe where this would be better with the rotary rake, but for what I was doing, that was certainly a game changer. I know my buddy is talking about maybe getting a merger or a larger wheel rake because he upgraded mowers. He's got quite a bit wider mower than this. So he doesn't even use this anymore. This thing was completely covered in weeds. We had to dig it out. So I don't know. I might see if he wants to sell this thing because it's pretty nice. I think I would definitely probably keep this around yet. You know, for certain things it'd be nice. I know up on this is a real sort of a knobby hill. I don't know how well it would work on that. It does sort of flex and float because each of those arms can move independently. And we do have a lot of rock up there, so I'm not sure how it would do with that. I know the sorghum here, I don't think it would work well with the sorghum. It's a real heavy crop. It's long and stemmy. That I don't usually rake unless it's really wet and it's taking too long to dry down. But for the most part, the baler can just pick that right up off the ground. So, I don't know. But those are just sort of my thoughts and reflections here. The other thing, I can go a lot faster with that wheel rake than I can with the rotary rake. With the rotary rake, you have, you sort of have to match your PTO speed to your ground speed. There's a fine line. You basically can only go as fast as the rake will pick it up. So you have to watch. If you start leaving hay behind, you need to slow down or either increase or decrease your PTO speed. So I know with this, I can't go any faster probably than 5.5, maybe 5 miles an hour. Otherwise I start leaving quite a bit of material behind. With this, I was going in, let's see, 4th gear, high range, which is 4th, high, wait, hold on, I gotta look here. 4th high at PTO speed is about 6.5 miles an hour. I could go with this. So that was another thing that contributed to how quickly I was able to do that. So, yeah, well, that's my thoughts, I guess, on sort of the rake business. I've never used a bar rake, so I can't really attest to those. We don't really have too many guys with bar rakes around, I don't think. Either it's rotary or wheel rakes in this area. But then again, we don't have a whole lot of people making hay around here anymore like we used to. There's fewer and fewer dairies and cattle operations. I know the neighbor down the hill, he had a bar rake, and actually just this month he bought a brand new New Holland wheel rake, pretty nice. I think it was an 8-wheel rake, but I think it goes a little bit wider than this one does. I think right now in this position it's in, I think he said it was 20 feet. I might have said that already, but anyhow, yeah, thought I'd just make a little video on that. So, see y'all later.